everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we're making this cute little mushroom amigurumis. These are so cute, so little, and just so much fun to make. So I'll get into the supplies we need and then we'll get into making these cute little projects. So today we're using Red Heart Super Saver yarns. These are, actually I used Baby Hugs in this one, but I'm not demonstrating how to use this one, or how to make this one. This is the Baby Hugs color in aloe? Yeah, aloe. So this is a size 4 worsted weight medium yarn. This color I'm demonstrating with today is Flamingo, which is the one I'm going to share with you and show you how to make this mushroom with this flamingo yarn. You're not going to need a whole lot of that. Also, you're going to need the stem color. I'm using Aran, again, scrap yarns, not very much is needed. So those are the yarn types. I'm using Red Heart Super, this is Super Saver. This is Super Saver. This one is Baby Hugs. You can use any colors you want, any amount of yarn. If you have scraps or whatever, you can use that. And you can make these however many colors you want. You can make a bunch of these, make these smaller or bigger. I demonstrate how to do that in this tutorial. And they're really cute because like you can kind of put them so they stand up, and that's really cute for play or, you know, food and all that kind of fun stuff. You're also going to need some polyfill, just a little bit of polyfill to stuff the stem of this mushroom. I'm going to crochet this using an an E size crochet hook, which is 3.5 millimeters. You can use a D hook, which is 3 millimeters, or even go up to a G hook, which is 4 millimeters. So it really doesn't matter. Just know if you use a smaller hook, these will turn out smaller, and if you use a bigger hook, these will be bigger. And speaking of bigger or smaller, these are, let me measure this, about 7 centimeters tall, which is about 3 inches, a little less than 3 inches. Okay, so these are about 2.5 inches tall. Whoopsie. So that's how big these are going to be with the 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, which is an E hook. And you're going to need some scissors and a yarn needle to cut your yarn and sew in your ends and sew this piece together. We actually make 2 separate pieces and then sew them together. So you're going to need those tools as well for this project. So before we begin, I have to mention there are links in the description of this video. There's a link to the written pattern for these cute little mushrooms, and there's a link to my Facebook and Instagram, so I would absolutely love it if you joined me on social media and join this discussion, share your crochet projects, share your photos, and if you make these, this is such a quick and easy project. You could probably make one right now, right today. So make these and share them on the Facebook. On Instagram, if you share a photo, hashtag YARNutopia so I can see your work on there. You can also tag me in the photo so I can for sure see it. You can follow me on Snapchat. I'm YARNutopia on Snapchat. You can see behind the scenes clips of what we do here at YARNutopia headquarters. And that's all the information. Oh, I have to say a huge thank you to my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time to make this video with us. He is our videographer, editor, and photographer for all of our videos. So make sure you hit that red subscribe button by our username so you can get that update on when he posts our next crochet project. So now let's begin and make this cute little amigurumi mushroom. Let's start out by making a slip knot. I'm using the stem of the mushroom color, so this off-white color first. Put your short end over your long end, then fold this down over the long end, and then pull that long end through that loop and pull tight, and there's your slip knot. You can insert your hook and we can start. So let's start out by chaining 2, so yarn over and pull through 1 and 2, and then in the second chain from the hook we are going to put 6 single crochets. So this second chain right here, which is the first chain we made, go into there, okay, then yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's a single crochet. So go back into that same chain, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's 2, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3, here's 4, 5, and 6. So now I'm going to insert a stitch marker just another piece of yarn to mark my rounds because we're going to work in continuous rounds here. And for these rounds, I'm going to work in the back loops only. So right here is the back loop. Okay, back loop, back loop. This is the front loop. We usually, when we crochet, we go through both loops like this, both loops, and you can see here, this is the front loop, front loop. We're only going to work in the back loops here. And I'm going to work round 2 by putting 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So going into this very first one right here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And again, going back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then hop to the next stitch right here, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, again, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's number 1, 2, 3, 4. So numbers 5 and 6 go into this next one. Okay, then 7 and 8 are going in this one. Okay, 9 and 10 in the next one. And the last stitch here is getting stitch number 11 and 12. So you should have 12 single crochets at the end of round 2. So this is what it should look like. Now you can move your stitch marker up if you want to. And for rounds 3 through, let's see here, 10 rounds total. So 3 through 9, we are just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around. And I'm working in the back loops only, just like this, just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 12 stitches around. For each of those rounds, that's rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so rounds number 3 through 9. I'm just working in continuous rounds. So once you get back to the beginning, you can move your stitch marker up and go on to the next round, just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch. Once I'm finished with round 9, I'll meet you up because then we'll fasten this part off and then make the top part of our mushroom. Alright, so I ended up actually doing a few more rounds of this, so I ended up doing 12 rounds in total from bottom to top here. There's 12 rounds. I know I said 9 rounds when I got to round 9, but I actually am at round 12, just repeating this. I just wanted this part to be a little taller for the mushroom. If you want it to be even taller, you can continue on doing more rounds to make your mushroom whatever size, or you could do various sized mushrooms. Make one taller, one shorter, etc. Just continue working, working around in a spiral here, and this is what it should look like. So now I can remove my stitch marker. Okay, so I ended on round 12. We are going to fasten this part off, so it's just going to look like this. So we're just going to go underneath both loops of the next stitch, okay, and then yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And then to fasten this off, I'm going to chain 1, and then we can cut this yarn. Okay, I just cut that short because I'm not going to use that for sewing or anything. So I'm going to pull that through and pull tight. So this is what our stem, or the bottom of our piece of our mushroom looks like. So now we're going to stuff that later and we'll attach that later to the top. But we're going to make the top part of our umbrella. So grab whatever color you want your mushroom to be. Did I just say umbrella? It's going to look like an umbrella. Our umbrella mushroom. Anyway, it's a mushroom. I don't know why I said umbrella. I'm just thinking it looks like it. Anyway, make a slip knot, so put your short end over that long end, fold this down, and then pull that through, just like I showed you in the beginning here. Insert your hook, and we can make the top part of our mushroom there. So let's chain 2, so yarn over and pull through, 1 and 2. And now in the second chain from the hook, we are going to put 6 single crochets, just like how we did the bottom part here. So go into the second chain from the hook, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So there's 1, next is 2, go back into that same chain for 3, and 4, 5, and last one here, 6. Okay, then what we're going to do is place our stitch marker. I just have this extra piece of yarn here. I'm just going to put that right in there, marking the beginning of my round. And again, I'm going to work in the back loops only. So just like how I showed you earlier in the stem of this mushroom, I'm working in these back loops here. Okay, these front loops are going to be left alone. So for round 2, we are going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around, just like in the stem of the mushroom. So 1 and 2 going into this next stitch here. The next stitch right here gets 2 also. So 1, 2. Next stitch, 1 and 2. Next stitch is right here. 1 and 2. Next stitch here, 1 and 2. And this last stitch right here. 1 and 2. So now we're back to the beginning here. So if you need to count around, you should have 12 stitches around. I'm going to move the stitch marker up. We are going to do another increase now. We are going to put 2 single crochets in this next stitch, back loop only here, 1 and 2. And then in the next stitch, we're only going to put 1 single crochet. Whoopsie. So just go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're just going to repeat now that sequence. So in this next stitch right here, we're going to put 2 single crochets, and then the next stitch here only gets 1 single crochet. Then the next stitch gets 2 single crochets, and then the next stitch here gets 1 single crochet. So at the end of this round, this is round 3, we are going to have 18 single crochets at the end of this round, which I'm almost done here. So we can just continue watching. Every other one is going to get 2 single crochets. Just like that. And the last stitch gets 1. So if you need to, count back around that you should have 18 single crochets. So now I can move this stitch marker up. And now we are going to go on to round 4. We are just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So no increasing on this round. I'm just putting 1 single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch for a total of 18 single crochets. So just do that and then I'll meet you up for the next round. Alright, going on to round 5. So now I just finished round 4, just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 18 single crochets. So moving my stitch marker up, just like that, I am going to increase on this next round. So we are going to increase by putting 2 single crochets in this next stitch right here. So you can see I moved my stitch marker up, putting 2 single crochets in this next stitch. 1 and 2, and then we're only going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 and then 1, just like that. And we're going to repeat that sequence all the way around. So in this next stitch right here, we're going to put 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. And then this next stitch only gets 1 single crochet, and this next stitch only gets 1 single crochet. And then repeat, so 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, at the end of this round, round 5, you will have 24 single crochets. So I'll just do that repeat and then I'll meet you up for round 6. Alright, so this is what your piece should look like now. I have just finished round 5. Here we have 24 single crochets around. So now I'm going to move my stitch marker up, and now for the next 2 rounds, rounds 6 and 7, I'm only going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So very, very similar to round 4, where we just put 1 single crochet in each stitch around, but this round has 24 stitches instead of that 18. So we're going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around for rounds 6 and 7, and then when I finish round 7, I'll meet you up, we'll fasten this off, and we'll attach this part to the other piece we made. Alright, so I just removed my stitch marker. I'm just finished up here, finished with round 7. So this is what it should look like. Now if you want to make this more longer, you can just continue working the repeat of round 6 and 7, just putting one single crochet in each stitch around. And if you want to, you can increase more, just following the steps of increasing. But I'm going to fasten this off because it will fit with this other piece we made here. It's going to go on the inside like that, and that looks like a cute little mushroom. So now we just have to fasten this piece off. So just go under both loops of the next stitch right in there, then yarn over and pull through and through that other loop on your hook for a slip stitch, and then let's fasten that off by chaining up one. We're going to cut our yarn long to use for sewing, and then we're going to continue to pull that all the way through and pull it tight. Okay, so that's our top piece. Now what you need to do is grab some polyfill. Okay, not a whole lot. We're going to stuff the stem of this piece here, of our mushroom. So just shove in some polyfill. You don't want to stuff it, you know, too much, but just enough to have this be able to stand up and everything. So just like that, kind of shape it, make it look more like a mushroom style, just like that. And then we're going to put the top part on. So shove this little straggler inside as well, so we want that completely hidden. And this middle straggler in the middle here, we're going to shove that in there as well. And what I like to do actually to make this easier on myself, I'm going to flip this inside out like that, so it's going to look like this right now while I sew it on. I'm going to grab my yarn needle and this long straggler of this top part of this mushroom here, and I'm going to yarn my needle with that long strand, and then we're going to go up to through these stitches underneath here. We're going to go in like this up to like the second round we made, because that part is going to be sewn on. Now don't pull too tight because we want this to be looking like an umbrella style mushroom. So we're right here now, and then I'm going to place this on the bottom here. And this one, you're really going to have to manipulate your piece and your yarn to kind of fit this, but we're going to actually go underneath some stitches right here. So go into this stitch from underneath here, and then go into your top part here, and then back through. Okay? And then go underneath into this stitch here, kind of like a whip stitch style, and go back through your top part of your mushroom. So we're just attaching through each stitch on the stem to this top piece here through the stitches. Okay, but again, don't pull too tight because then it'll look kind of weird. You just want to make sure it's even all the way around in the way you're sewing it. You just got to be, you know, slow and careful with it. I'm going a little faster for the camera, but you can take your time in sewing this piece together. Okay, so I'm just sewing around this whole piece just like so. Sewing it just like so. Almost done here. We're going to tie this off, and then I'll show you how to fasten this off. And we can actually have it looking like a regular mushroom. Oopsie. There we go. So now to tie this off, I'm going to go underneath 2 stitches, just like that. I'm going to pull this through, but keep my finger in that loop, like that. And then I'm going to come back around through that loop and tie that off. So tie it in a knot, just like that. And you can do that once or twice, and then just shove this yarn inside of the stem, just like that. Pull it through, and then cut any extra you may have. Pull it like that, and then obviously pull that down to make it actually look like a mushroom. And then stretch it out, kind of manipulate it how you want it, and there it is. Cute little mushroom. I love it. That was so simple and so fast of a project. So you can make these, you know, however many you want and whatever size you want. You can keep on, you know, make them taller, make this longer, make them different colors. So there it is. How cute. So thank you so much for watching and learning how to make this super simple mushroom amigurumi. You can even put a face on there, put little polka dots on there, make it a fun little mushroom for just like toys or food or whatever. So there it is. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Happy hooking!